There's a phrase, let's see, it's 7P. Let's see if I remember this. Proper planning and preparation prevents piss poor performance. I was definitely not 7P for this event. The Barry-Roubaix, I'd heard about this online, and I signed up for it way back in, I think, January. And at that point, I was figuring, okay, by the time April rolls around, the weather will be good, I'll be back up to my form of 60 miles, no problem. Well, we saw how all that went with the Rough Road 100, and with this case, I figured, okay, I got a couple weeks, I can plan. Then this happened. Wisconsin got dumped. We got, at least locally here, we got a foot of wet, nasty snow. And also because of the snow, I was assuming that the weather was going to be much worse in Michigan. I ended up going to there's a bike shop that's kind of local to me here. It's called the Bicycle Doctors. I was there to pick something else up. And their service guys, their techs, have done the Barry-Roubaix before. And they gave me just enough information that I knew, okay, I got the right tires, I got the right bike, I got the right setup as far as that goes. I can just throw it on the back of the car and go. 5 hours later, I end up in Hastings, Michigan, and that's where I pick up my my race supplies. And here's where I start getting the first inkling that this is going to be a lot bigger than I thought.
Another day, another Roubaix.
I got to the event on Saturday morning with about an hour and a half to spare. And that sounds like a lot until you have to prep your bike.
We got about 10-15 minutes until the start. So finally heading down to the start area. This is one of those events I had no idea how big it actually was. It's big. He'll make it. He's got it in the bag. He doesn't know me very well. Yeah, you got it. 62. I'm not worried about the distance. I'm worried about the cutoff.
Wave number two.
Worry about the distance, not the cutoff. Right?
I hope so.
Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll. We're off. Hey, we finished. Woo!
The Barry-Roubaix starts in Hastings, and you go, like I think that's like 2 miles of pavement. You take a right-hand turn, you hit gravel, and you immediately hit the first big climb, which is the Three Sisters.
Alright!
Welcome to the Barry-Roubaix.
The worst part is it's all slippy sand.
Ascending is really kind of just a matter of technique and finding the most stable line on the road. Descending is another beast entirely because it actually reminded me of snowboarding, in which you can feel the bike floating on the surface every once in a while, and sometimes the bike has a better idea where it wants to go than you do. So you end up negotiating with the bike in order to get it down the line that you really want to get it down. Now, I'm a Clydesdale rider. I'm a big, big guy. And, yeah, they were passing me. I was okay with that because I was figuring just, ride your ride, race your race. You've got this down. The pavement was a very, very nice thing. And then we go right off the pavement and, yeah, you got the sand pit.
Whoa! Lost the handle.
There's a combination of technique and gear that I just did not have.
On one side I'm walking, on the other side most of us are walking. Nope. That's a big bucket of nope. With a side order of nope.
And that came with a large nope with no ice.
20 miles in, I don't want to stop because even though I'm doing good on the clock, don't take it for granted.
Mile 22, and we get to the first aid station. Now, I knew that there were aid stations on course. But I figured, okay, this is a gravel race. The aid stations would literally be first aid stations. You know, if you injured yourself or something bad happened, you limp yourself to this spot and then you can get some help, or they can take you back to the start line or whatever. No, I was wrong.
All right, thank you all much.
It was probably in the materials someplace, and I glossed over it, or I didn't see it, or I didn't quite get what it was. But had I known that it was going to be supported, I could have jettisoned at least 10 pounds of weight. Because, let me show you. So, right here. Because I was carrying my own water, because I thought I had to, I had these. This is 2 liters of water storage. One's a thermos canteen, and the other one I had in insulation. 1 liter of water weighs about, what is it, 3-4 pounds? Somewhere in that range. So I could have jettisoned both of these. I could have jettisoned all of my food, or most of it. I could have jettisoned a bunch of other stuff, and I could have shed a lot of weight that way. Oh well.
22 miles in, that was our first rest stop. There is no rest for the weary. Yeah.
The first rest stop was the top of the Three Sisters when I drank half the beer.
I was kind of getting a kick out. There was one guy who was like, free beer! And I'm like, yeah, it's tempting.
Oh, back there?
Yeah.
But it's right at the bottom of the stop.
Yeah.
On top of the hill.
And the people on course. This was the best part for me, because you could tell that the people who lived there were in full support of this event.
And back on the gravel. Oh boy. It's now noon. Cutoff's at 1:30. 20 miles to the cutoff. The killer indeed. Holy criminy. I'm proud to say I did not dismount on the killer. On belay! I can't take help, I'll get DQ'd. So here's what's going on. 116, 34 miles in, 34 and a half. I'm not gonna make the cutoff, unless they're feeling very generous. So, my thought is, snack up now, attack this hill right in front of me here, and ride like hell, and see how generous they're feeling. That's all I got. Damn it. All right, I got some company, so I'm gonna go. Moment of truth.
I don't know. I can't tell you about any temper.
There won't be any sag riders or
So,
sweeps looking for.
okay, are we going to be allowed to finish?
The course.
Well, nobody's gonna tell you you can't.
Probably won't have a qualified finish.
I'm okay with that.
But as far as the race,
I just want to finish the course.
Yeah.
that stops.
Understand.
And the red signs will probably still be up. I mean, they're not tearing those down right now.
Yeah, let's finish it.
It's up to you, man.
I'm game.
Let's do it.
I came a long way to stop.
Right?
Everybody okay here?
Yeah, we're fine. We're just finding out if we're allowed to go or not. We don't want to ride.
Well,
Thank you.
yeah.
I came here to finish.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're going.
I think it was around like mile 50 or so. That's when things really started to get bad physically, because I'm not used to the bike yet. At least it's going that kind of distance. So my lower back was starting to tweak out. I actually stopped a couple times just to get off the bike and stretch my back out a little bit, just to try to relieve the pain. And because of this, a lot of people, well, at that point, the straggler crowd, they were passing me. And they're like, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm just stretching my back out.
One last one, right? Thank you much. That's a sag wagon back there. He's been tailing me for the past 2 miles. So I'm wondering if I'm the last one on course. There we go. Lunch. So apparently I got the last chicken taco in the truck. Second to last to finish, last taco chicken taco. I don't care, it's food, I'm eating it.
So we're at the point of, would I do it again? Yes, I would do this again, but I'd choose the mid-distance of 36 miles. The event is amazingly well organized. These people really have their stuff. They have a bike cleaning station so that when you're done, you can hose your bike down and take it home relatively clean. The people of Hastings rolled out the red carpet for us, metaphorically speaking. The people of the surrounding towns, they loved watching us go by. So, I mean, this is truly an event where I really get the feeling that the town, the entire county, sees the value of the Barry-Roubaix and they support it. So just for that reason alone, I would like to see more cyclists go do this event. And for what it's worth, the course is permanently marked. They've got big green road signs all along the course that marks the main 3 distances. And you can go online and you can get GPS maps of the entire course. So even if you're not a hardcore racer, even if you're like, man, I would never want to do this in April, go onto the Barry-Roubaix site, get the GPS maps, and ride this sometime during the summer. It's a beautiful ride. It's brutal. Don't get me wrong, it's a brutal ride, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous area to go riding in. Yeah, for future reference though, you don't need to carry your own big supplies of water for this event. You can actually, they actually have good water stops along the way. And really good PB&J sandwiches. I'm just gonna throw that out there.